Hello! Hello, everybody. And hello. I missed the third hello. But welcome to another Wilds of Eldraine draft. And we're going to be going pick by pick. We're going to be going play by play. We're going to talk through everything so you can improve at draft and have more fun in your events. If you enjoy this sort of thing, let me know. Hit the comment button, like button, comment. Man, I'm really killing it today. Let's go! Woohoo! Hello! If it isn't Yellow Red Tooth Regent. A card that looks great, but then always underperforms whenever I have it. It's a really good card. It's really good with sagas. And you can just do some really good stuff with Yenna. But I'm not sure I want to first pick it, because it's a gold card. I don't like starting with gold cards. It might just be, like, good enough that it's worth taking anyway. There's a Stone Splitter Bolt is the other card I'm really looking at. It's a, yeah. Yenna doesn't fit into that many decks, and Stone Splitter Bolt fits into a ton. I'm just going to take the Bolt. I've had Yenna in a deck before, and it didn't do anything. There's also Ratcatcher Trainee. Grabby Giant's okay. Red Tooth is fine. Johans is fine. I'm just going to take the Bolt. Just take the removal spell. Ratcatcher would maybe even be my second pick over the Yenna. Though I haven't really played a lot of Ratcatchers. What is happening? What did they take out of this pack? They took the magical lore card. What the heck? I have to pass Imidane's Recruiter? This card is absurd. And I want to be playing red-white. Oh my gosh. Archon would have been really good with Yenna. We'll say that much. Who passed it? Oh my, this entire pack is just absurd. Archon, Woodland Acolyte. I mean, Archon, Imidane's Recruiter, Woodland Acolyte. In that order are all very good. And Hopeful Vigils is a great common. Gosh, I think I have to take Archon. This card is just absolutely nutty. And it's more flexible than this card, which is really, really good, but you have to be red-white. And I could still abandon this Stone Splitter Bolt. Also, Woodland Acolyte is good, but this is the best white card, and this is the best red card, but it's a red-white card. And honestly, they're kind of comparable in terms of power level, but this card's more just generically good on its own. They do similar things. My goodness. And now we can, like, this is where we get the benefit of being a little bit more flexible with the Archon versus the Imidane's guy, because now we can take Welcome to Sweet Tooth. Enchanted Creatures getting +2/+2 is also solid. It's funny because we're going to end up in green-white, and we've passed a Yenna, so somebody we're passing to is going to be in green-white too. Oh, man. Max punished, but I still like the Stone Splitter Bolt pick. Imagine if there wasn't an Archon in that pack, like they were a sane human, and we just take Imidane's Recruiter as a follow-up. Oh, man. You can also just splash the red part of Imidane's. That is true. Welcome to Sweet Tooth is great, though. This card did work against me one time, but I don't think it's actually that good. We don't have to play the Welcome to Sweet Tooth, but I think at this point we're going to try to play white-green or white-red. And now there is a Red Tooth Genealogist. I think I'm just going to take Grand Ball Guest. I've been pretty impressed by this card. Just getting a nice 2-drop. Green cards are more mediocre. Now another Grand Ball Guest. Does Archon work with rolls? It does. So you have a roll token on your creature, and then all of a sudden it becomes a 5/5 flyer. It's crazy. It's like, it's one of those interesting spots where we passed Imidane's Recruiter, which is just like an absurdly good card, but we got an even better card, I think. Because this card means, like, I mean, Imidane is really good. You just play like the 5-mana, make 2/2/2s, and then you just like buff all your guys and win the next turn. But this card, you just play it, and like a lot of your cards just like turn into like super cards. I don't know. It's an interesting pick. I think we're gonna take this card now. We could still just play red-green, and this card's going to be good with the Welcome to Sweet Tooth that we took anyway. And we're going to get those Grand Ball Guests happy as can be. It is funny, though, because maybe, honestly, I don't know the exact, like, if in our final deck we would rather have had Imidane's Recruiter. I think I take Witch's Mark now. Because Witch's Mark is a pretty low-cost way to dig for Archon that also like puts a permanent into play that makes Archon better when it comes into play. There's also Charmed Clothier, but it's a 5-drop. I don't really care about that. Knightly Valor, similarly, is really good with Grand Ball Guest if you can stick it. Because you get a 2/2 and you give your guy like a huge boost. This is a close. I think I'm going to take Knightly Valor, actually. With 2 Grand Ball Guests, I think it's good. Because you turn your guy into a 5/5 Trampler for the turn. It's kind of hard to stick it, but... Okay, I changed my mind at the last second. I want Witch's Mark more. And now I want the Besotted Knight. We're seeing some black cards, but we're just going to stick to our guns here. We're not seeing a lot of white, but we have such a good white card that I think it's worth going for. There is a Voracious Vermin here. But like Voracious Vermin is not even close to as good as Archon. Now that we have some time, let's see if there's anybody in the draft pod that I recognize, and maybe you're watching the video at home and you recognize yourself. Oh, man. Now there's a Ginger Brute, which I really do like in these sorts of decks. There's also Cursed Courtier. I actually love Return Triumphant. This card's fantastic. It does some really good things. I think I'm going to take it over Ginger Brute, honestly. Because I can get Ginger Brutes later, I think. I'll try this guy, maybe. But basically, like, the way this card works is you, like, get back, like, your Ginger Brutes. Or, like, it works really well with Ginger Brute, ironically. But you get back one of your cards, and then you just, like, it's, like, turns into a huge threat. I'll just take the Clothier. I'll try it out, maybe. I haven't played Protective Parents yet, but now's a good time as any. Sure, we'll take the black card away from whoever's that direction. It's sometimes okay in these sorts of drafts to just take the card that is colorless, so you pass the cards in the colors you aren't. I think Cursed overlaps the Archon. I don't know, actually. I'm pretty sure that Cursed will just keep the creature a 1/1, because this makes the thing a 4/4. Because it's base power and toughness. I'm not exactly sure how the rules work on that one. I am feeling pretty happy that I don't have Knightly Valor, because this card like does a similar thing. And it's much lower downside. Well, this is an absurd pick. I mean, this card's really, really good. It is a layers thing, which is why I'm not exactly sure how it works. This card is just completely absurd. It just ends up being like a 1-mana deal 5. It's like, what the heck? I would love a Hopeful Vigil. Let's look at my curve again. I have 2 2-drop creatures, but this card's too good to pass up. Okay, this card's great, but I'm not playing that deck. This card's good, but I'm not going to need that. I've just got better 4-drops. I think I'll just take a Frost Bridge Guard or another Return Triumphant. I kind of want to just take the Return Triumphant. I don't love Frost Bridge Guard, and I'd rather just get better 2-drops or 3-drops even. I'm going to do it. I just like having I think with 2 Return Triumphants is just really good to have. Now I get this guy, which is a pretty okay 4-drop. This is not a direction I expect to get a lot because I know the person I passed to took the Imidane's Recruiter, so they drafted red-white right next to me, which is really unfortunate, but that's how it goes. I didn't really have a choice. I mean, there's always technically a choice. Dun, 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 dun. So I've got 2 removal spells. Okay curve, not the best curve. It's funny because now that I've gotten a couple of Return Triumphants, I really wish I just had a Ginger Brute. Because that's a really good piece of synergy. Witch's Mark. Might even wheel. I'm just going to take the 2-drop now. We get the 1-drop. I think it's better than Ginger Brute, even though Ginger Brute is great for Return Triumphant. This just being a 1-mana 2/1 is great. I love Cut In as well. I'm not even sure if this is better than Gingerbrute, to be honest. But I like that it can trigger Celebrate all by itself for the Grand Ball Guest. And it works with Archon and the Reindeer. I'm hoping not to play the Charmed Clothier. The Charmed Clothier will have you looking ready for the ball in no time. I don't love Protective Parents either. I think I'm hoping not to play it. Because your opponents just never trade with it, and it just ends up being a 3-2. Much as I love Young Hero rolls, I'd rather get that from Return Triumphant. I kind of have everything I need, though. Witch's Mark is okay. I think it's going to be good because I have the Archon, so it helps me dig for it, and also makes a creature huge when I do have the Archon. If only the Imitator's Recruiter had been in a different pack, I wouldn't be as toasted as I am now. This card's okay. This card's okay. This card's pretty much, like, not good unless you're playing red-green. I mean, you can still get Double Strike with it. And that's still good. I do really like Minecart Daredevil, though. Yeah, I'm going to take the Minecart Daredevil. Like, that's the 3-drop I want. Ariette's Charming Apple. She can take Witch's Mark. I'm going to cut Protective Parents. Besotted Knight. Besotted Knight isn't very good either. I'm hoping not to have to run them. This is a okay card. It's going to help me do some double spelling, work for my bargain stuff. Triggers the Celebrate on its own. But it's not a great card either. I'm happy to pass any of these cards because they're not red-white. I actually have a lot of roll tokens running around in this deck. Nobody playing blue-black, I guess. Yes! Oh my gosh, that's a huge pickup. Gingerbrute is so good in my deck. I was really like thinking to myself, like while I was sitting there, like, man, I really wish I had a Gingerbrute right now. Okay, I'm just going to take the 4/4 flyer for 4. And I can even cast the black part off of Redcap Thief. But 4 mana 4/4 flying trample when it attacks create a treasure is just really good. This card would also be great in my deck. This card's great, but this is just a really good card. I'm going to cut the Besotted Knights. I'm going to take Boundary Lands Ranger. No, I'm just taking this card. This card's absurd. 3 mana 2/2 draw card is still good, especially with Return Triumphant. I wouldn't mind this guy. I wouldn't mind the Bard. I like this guy a lot, especially when you have some good 4/4s. It's a pretty easy pickup, I think. I'm just shaving down on all the cards I don't want to run now. Besotted Knight is okay. I think the fact that this does enable the Decadent Dragon makes this a card I am happy to play now. It works with Celebrate. It gives me a treasure to like cast the adventure half of that card. How many enchantments do I have? 0, but how many roll tokens do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to take Ash over the removal spell, I think. I wouldn't mind the removal spell, but Ash is really good in my deck. And I need more 2-drop aggression. I don't think I can wheel Ash either. I am light on removal, but this is what you have to do sometimes when you're drafting an aggro deck. You rely on your combat tricks and your pressure to beat removal for you. Like, in a normal deck, I'd like to have, like, at least 4 removal spells, but in an aggro deck, I can probably get away with less. I'm not going to play the Clothier, I don't think. Huge, I got this guy back. Raid Bombardment's kind of cute. I think it's mostly only a black-red card, though. This is a really easy ball guest. Cut-in is fantastic. This is the removal spell I want. Oh my gosh, this is a good card. Man, this cut-in is so perfect in my deck. Crystal Grotto lets me cast the Decadent Dragon part, but I don't really need that. I could cast Break the Spell. I don't think this card's very good. I'll just take the Parents, maybe. Good Agatha's Champion. That card's great. So we're going to have to play like one card that I don't normally want to play, but it'll probably just be Besotted Knights, which are also just solid. Or like one Protective Parents, one Besotted Knight. And then the Clothier, which isn't the best either. Tokens, no. Maybe I'll wheel something. This is currently a decent 23 card deck, though. I mean, it's quite good, actually, but... The Parents and the Besotted Knight are the last 2 cards I'm choosing. I pass Raid Bombardment and Impact Tremors. I don't like Impact Tremors. That card just doesn't do enough. 3 Imidane's Recruiters. Nice. Sure, I'll just take the Shadow of the Oath. Oh my gosh, what a pickup. I love Boundary Lands Ranger. I also like Archon's Glory as a combat trick, but I'm just going to take the Boundary Lands. That's a really nice pickup. Archon's Glory would have been good in this deck, don't get me wrong. Another Clothier. Honestly, Clothier might be okay here. I like having 6 2-drops, and I got there with the Boundary Lands Ranger on the wheel. That's pretty perfect, I'd say. So I'm not going to play any of these cards in the sideboard, so it's really just between these ones. I think this is a 16 land deck, probably. Because my deck is pretty cheap. So I can probably just cut a land. Especially with Witch's Mark, where I can like dig for lands if I need them. But my deck doesn't have any like crazy mana sinks in it. Charmed Clothier is a flyer, which I like. And I have found it to be kind of annoying when my opponents cast it. It also triggers like Celebrate by itself. I could go for the experimental route, where I go like cut one of these, cut one of these, cut one of these. I think Rhyme for Reindeer is great in my deck as a top end card. Let's just separate our curve a little bit, because like we'll get rid of our removal spells so that they don't mess with the way our curve looks. And these Witch's Marks are kind of experimental, but they help me find my really good cards. I think with 2 Return Triumphants, maybe Protective Parents gets a little bit better. So maybe I just cut like the 2 Clothiers into Besotted Knight or something. I do have some other flyers already. It's a 3-mana 3/2 though. Return Triumphant also isn't maybe the best in this deck. I do like it, though. It's good with a lot of my cards. Why do I like Gingerbread? Gingerbread's really good with Young Hero, and I have a lot of ways to do that. Like I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 or 5 ways to get Young Hero going. Is Red Cap Thief is good with the Decadent Dragon and stuff, I think. This deck has 17 creatures. I kind of want to play the Besotted Knight, but it's not very good. Protective Parents at least does something. Yeah, we'll try it like this. I'm excited to see how this deck does. We have the Archon, and I'll see you folks in the games. Before I get to the games, I want to give a brief shout out to the NicolaiBolas Patreon. If you've been enjoying my videos and would like to support my content directly, then Patreon is the best way to do so. Patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. Patreon is a way for viewers to give back to the content that they enjoy. So if my videos have made your life a little bit brighter, maybe if you want some extra booster packs or gems on Magic Arena, and you just enjoy the channel, then Patreon is a way for you to give back and help me continue making high quality content on a consistent basis. You'll also gain access to things like my Wilds of Eldraine tier list, where I grade every single card in the set on an A through F scale, and other things like drafts with me, or even being featured in these credits, because I do want to give a special shout out to the patrons who support at the credits level. It really does mean a lot and helps the channel grow and thrive. Thank you so much to all of my patrons, and without further ado, let's get to the games. Welcome to round 1. We'll keep this on the draw. It's not my best hand. It's got some stuff going, though. That's a good draw. That'll help this guy attack as a 3/3. Okay, I am going to lead with the Ash. So if they cast a white, black, blue, or red spell, they get a counter on him. Okay. Huh. Okay. I'm kind of surprised that that was how that worked. We will also be fair. I would have probably easily won on the play with this hand. It is looking a little bit worse on the draw. So this thing could be a 4/4 next turn. I can still easily kill it with my bolt. Just gonna kill it now. That did not go well for me. So I can block here, just keep taking 4. I'm at a pretty low precarious life total here. Hoping that they're out of gas, though. Why would they be out of gas? Why would that be something that happened? Huh. I'm not actually in that bad of shape here. I mean, they have a lot of top decks they could draw. That'd be really good for them. That's good. Actually, no. I'm still just going to play this slow. Boundary lands. Hit for 3. I'll wait to draw a land, because having spells is pretty important here still. Once I draw a Witch's Mark, then I'll be good. Okay. I will play this. I can use my treasure to tap this guy. And I can even trigger Celebrate on this thing next turn if I need to by giving this young hero to something. Three, 5, 7, 9. I mean, I assume they drew that for their turn. That's pretty annoying. So they're going to have to block me here. I have 4, 7. I have the +2/+1 guy in my deck, right? So let's just say they block here. I hope that they can't kill me here. It's going to come down to this draw. Thanks, Anti. So they're at a functional 4 life. But I have a lot of powerful stuff in my play. And I have a Wicked Roll token on my guy. So they can't tap out, really. Oh my gosh, I missed the... You're right, I did miss lethal. I can sack this thing at instant speed. Good call. Whew, I didn't lose because of it, but that's a really, really good point. Great line. I didn't think about that because I forgot thinking about this. They were at 1 life, so I could have sacrificed this, or I could have just used the young hero and put that on here. So they take the damage. This thing dies. I put the young hero emblem onto this guy. It makes the wicked one go away, and they take the last point of damage. Man, I would have been really sad if you'd pointed that out and I'd lost the game. But good call out, Grafon. And Blue Archer, you both saw it. Yeah, that's actually a really good call. I'm going to make sure don't forget that in the future. The Wicked does damage when it leaves play, and a creature can only have 1 roll on it at a time. And so if you put Wicked onto a creature if you have a Wicked counter on a creature and you put a young hero on it, the Wicked one goes to the graveyard and they lose 1. That's such a good line. And now I'm like terrified that I would have lost that game. Also, I did draw the +2/+1 1 turn afterwards. That is such a sick line. I should have done that. What a call out. Okay, I'm gonna mulligan this because I'm missing my colors. And we can keep this one. Grand ball guest, but our service to the test. That's okay, I don't have anything to do with my mana anyway. I'm just going to play this guy. It's still more mana efficient than playing the ball guest, even though I don't get Celebrate immediately. Whoa. Okay. I'm going to ditch the plains. I'm hoping to dig for my Archon. Send in. Play Grand Ball Guest. And then hopefully I'll be able to start ditching my lands. I don't really need more lands after this. They're missing lands. Nice. Fair. That is fair. This is bad for me. I'm not going to bring back my 2/2 right now. It doesn't do much. I think I'm going to lose this game. I just drew too many lands. That's a card. That's a much better card to have. Here, I just hope they don't have removal. But the treasure actually worked out. Let's go. No, you monster. Yeah, Lumiere was voiced by McGregor in the latest rendition. The latest rendition was actually pretty good of Beauty and the Beast. Gosh darn, I didn't get to hit them with my dragon. They're holding up something. They could have cast the 4/3. The reason I didn't trade is because I need to get through these lands to have a chance. And I just win instantly if I draw my Archon. And I've done some good digging for it. I guess it's a shame I didn't hit one of the red spells. Like, they're still holding something up. Jeez Louise, deck. Come on, man. 1, 2, 3. I've ditched 3 lands already. 4, 7, 8, 9, 12. I only have 4 lands left in my deck. Once I draw all my land, there will be no lands left to draw. True. Wise words. This Boundary Lands Ranger is clutching it for me. You know what they say? One man's lands are another man's lands. Oh, man. Maybe I shouldn't have just returned Triumphant. But it did draw me the cut in, which was good. Beanstalk Worm has reach. Okay. It's pretty good. Feels like they're holding up a counter unless I pay 2 or something. What kind of card do they have for 1 and a green? I'm just going to use Witchstalker's Frenzy on their reach guy. They've been holding up 1 and a green for a long time. I mean, 1 and a blue. Or blue-green. They're holding up Stroke, maybe? What a card. If If it is stroke, it is stroke. Can't kill Goose Mother, though, unfortunately. I'm trying to get myself in a spot where if I top deck Archon, I just win. It's going to be hard, though. Especially because I can't draw that spells. I don't have any lands left in my deck, though, so that's good. 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I guess I have 2 lands left in my deck. If Archon wasn't literally my bottom card, I would be able to win this probably. Like, if I do draw my Archon, I make this thing a young hero, and I have 20 power in the air. Gosh, it's such a shame. If I had just drawn Archon this game, I think I would have won. Okay, sure. Top and bottom, sure. And now I can't kill them. I'm loving it. They're at 16. I have one more draw step. Do I have my Wicked thing left? My Witch's Mark? No, I've used both of those. So I have one more draw. If I draw Archon here, I have a shot. They are dead to Archon next turn. They've been dead to Archon this entire game. Pretty much. Oh my god. Ranger's really been pulling this game along for sure, yeah. Can't they counter Archon? With what counterspell? We don't know if they have a counterspell. Sure, they could counter Archon if they had a counterspell. Sure, Root Rider Fawn. There's 11 cards left. I should have attacked with the red cap thief too. I choked. I could have gotten myself another turn. I could have played Rhymefer and then sacrificed this thing to put a counter somewhere. I'm realizing now. So I could have given myself one more draw step. Gosh, that's kind of a bad feeling. I realized it right after I hit the button too. I was like, I don't have any way to make an instant thing. I keep forgetting that Embereth can just sacrifice itself. Dang it. Bit of a sad moment. Well, I'll keep this on the draw. I need one land to make this hand really come together. I could have still won that game. Man, I choked. Tap the Goose Mother. Gosh, that would have been a sweet win, too. I'll just play my Decadent Dragon. The treasures can help me cast my white spells if it resolves and stays in play. That card's absurd. That card is nutty. Gosh. Playing Rhyme for Reindeer last game would have been sick. I still would have lost unless I drew my Archon, but I gave myself at least a 12% chance of winning. I guess I could have then played Archon post-combat as well, and then if they don't have any interaction, I'm still okay. I figured they probably had a counterspell, though. But maybe I could have given myself a shot. The dragon should have haste. That would be absurd. No, it gets exiled. Dang it. All their guys have menace. Okay, well, I'm going to play this. Ditch that guy. Attack. Bring back my hero. Draw planes. Nope, never lucky. He's taking double block edge wall pack. Wonderful. I drew a plains. Let's go. Okay. That's the start. I really need to draw my deal 5 right here. My deal 5 removal spell. I just love how I've drawn so well this turn. My gosh. Oh, it's so tilting. I'm just dead on board. And this way I'm not even premature conceding. I just don't have enough white mana to cast 2 spells to block this guy with chumping. And if I play my 3/4, I double block that guy, take 5. That is frustrating. To lose 2 games like that is just not ideal. All lands and then all mountains. Such is life. But we've gotten our bad luck out of the way. Man, I'm still tilted at myself. Not tilted, that's not the right word. I'm frustrated with myself that I didn't that I saw the way to survive that last game, like the first game, right after I conceded. It was like, oh. I could have lived, tapped their Goose Mother, top decked Archon, GG. I also, if I don't top deck Archon on that draw, I can discard a card, draw a card, and if I draw Archon for post-combat, I still have a bunch of blockers, so maybe I could still win if they didn't have anything. But I did draw through a lot of my deck that game, and I didn't find it. It did feel like they were holding up a counterspell, but maybe they just wanted me to think that. But like they were playing like subpar stuff. How did red-white seem? Red-white is one of my I think the best deck I've drafted in this format was a red-white deck, and that's one of the reasons how I got like some sense for which cards I was looking for, like why I wanted like a lot of young hero stuff. Jeez Louise, deck. Give me a break. I think I have to mulligan this. Also, could I just be on the play for once? Like, is that too much to ask, my friends? What the heck is this hand? This hand is not good. I think I'm going to ditch Protective Parents. I do not like that card very much. Oh, man. Ooh, there's a card. I can be patient. I'll play this guy into this guy. Save my Witch's Mark. Okay, I guess I'll play this guy into this guy. My opponents are all playing these like 5-color decks that always have perfect mana. Okay, I will attack them. It's great because they can't really afford to block there. I'm just worried about Cursed Werefox. Curse of the Werefox or whatever it is. I think I was on the draw every game, too. Maybe not. Maybe I was on the play and get round 1. I know I've won a round. Jeez Louise. Oh, it's so tough. I'm just... I know. Ugh. Just never lucky. They always have it. It's like I can see the future, but only in the narrow spectrum of plays that will screw me over. That's kind of funny. They just play their Teamer card on turn 3. No, they played it on turn 4. Didn't they? What did they play? They didn't do anything the first couple turns. Well, it started with me mulliganing, which is kind of unfortunate. And then they did their turn 3 play. Turn 4, I get wrecked. Jeez Louise. They're playing that card. Come on, deck. Yes! Okay, so I can play... I think this thing could have technically, like, then used with bargain or something to get rid of the land. I'm still in huge trouble here. I need to draw my Archon. I've got them at a functional 4. Root Rider Fawn, sure, that does nothing here. It's not a real card. It can't block my stuff very well. Barring a combat trick, which they probably do have if they need one. This is why Into the Fae is not a card I like, because it always loses me the game when I play it. Okay, Howling Galefang, that's a card. Okay. I'm wondering if there was a way to do that kind of bargain play. So I had 5 mana. I play this thing, discard the land. I now have 3 mana. And then I can't kill their 5/5. So I think I had to do the play the way I did it. They have 4 cards in hand. Okay. And they're dead. This is lethal. These are lethal. Yeah! Got the win. Things were looking grim when the first few turns went against me. But luckily I complained, and that's all that matters. When you complain, you win. No, I'm kidding. Don't complain. When I find myself in times of trouble, complaining always works. We haven't gotten to see the Archon yet. We haven't even drawn it. But it's really good, I promise. I promise, it's really good. It would have been really good in that game where I lost. The Wicked card has felt pretty good. The Tormenting Voice that puts a Wicked thing on something. I don't even bother learning what the cards' names are sometimes. Madre Superiora. Finally, we're on the play. I do need to draw a land with this hand, though. Otherwise, it's going to be tough. But if I do draw a land and I get to go Ballguest into make it a royal, play another Ballguest, it's going to be spicy. I'm good at drawing lands. You are right, Twitch chat. I am. It's one of my skills. You're kidding me! No! Why weren't you in my opening hand? But if I do draw, don't draw land, I can play this and put a Sod Knight this guy still. So still good. So if I draw a mountain, I can go this and this. Oh my goodness. Yes! Now he's a royal ball guest. Like the prince. Oh my gosh, my opponents are so good! What is happening? They always have all of their colors! These people just have no possible... No fixing, no problem. Oh my gosh. And I don't have more lands than them. They probably think, aha, they're playing around my stuff. But little do they know I don't have a land. It'd be funny if they didn't play a land either. They're just trying to get me. Charade. That card's absurd. And they're attacking me? What? That's an insane decision. Luckily, it works out for them perfectly with my incredible land drawing skills. Well, we'll just attack them. They can't tap your guys if they're already tapped. I'm fine making this trade. It's better than, I think, playing a random 2-2. And they might have not blocked, and then I just play another ball guest. I'm having fun with this set. Ah, it is never. I'm going to tap whatever I play next turn with Charade. Neva's a dumb card. Hoping they don't have a land. Imagine if I drew Archon. I have no idea what they have. Are we sure Archon is real, or is it just a figment of my imagination? At this point, I'm not sure. I'm not sure anything's real. I feel like this deck is good, and I've just been drawing like garbage. Ugh. But you know, such is life. Play Balloona, the 6/5. Don't play Charade. You don't need Charade. Play Balloona. Nope. My mind trick didn't work on them. I'm in such bad shape this game. They tap a guy that's already tapped, so they don't draw a card. Let's go. Archon me now. I'm ready. Archon, Embereth, take to the skies. Hit him for 4. Tale as old as time, never draw my bomb. Why would that be true? Very sad and new. Archon doesn't exist. Okay. Cut in. Nice, nice. Just gonna play my 3/4. Hope they play their Balloona guy. They have 2 cards, one of which they just drew. I've got a 3/4 that can stop them from attacking me for the time being. My cut-in is going to be pretty good with this reindeer. Rhyme for the real good reindeer. Potentially very good. Maybe it will just save me. Okay, so they have something. Why would they do that instead of playing their 6/5? Do I play cut in here? Cut in, kill this. So what do they have in their hand? -3, -3. I could also just play my own 3/3. So they don't have a counter spell, or they probably would have countered that with their counter unless I pay 2. Which gives me some confidence. But what do they have? Why didn't they play Balloona? Okay, now they play Balloona. Sure. So I can kill something and tap Balloona. And I can tap Balloona on my turn too. So what do I want to kill? I can kill this thing. Tap Baluna. I'll just tap Baluna with the Frostbridge card for now. They must have something. So they have whatever card they had for 1 and a black from before. It's Archon. So they don't have -3/-3. That was a really bad thing. I maybe should have attached it to the reindeer. Tap out, opponent. You know you want to. If they have counter, unless I pay 2, that'd be still funny. They have something. Of course they do. Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? Gosh. Can I live? I think so. I don't think they can kill me. Oh no, but they have their land. They have 3, 6, 9. They'd kill me. Yeah, I love it. I'm so happy. So pleased. It's just great. Oh, I love just getting completely curb stomped every round. Gosh darn it. Oh my goodness. Wow. I'm so sad. That deck was so much better than a 2 and 3. I just couldn't buy the cards that I needed. My hands were always awful. And then their last card was Obira's Servants. Oh my gosh. It's so brutal that the card that had my roll token on it was a young attendant. Was the like if I had been able to put my roll token onto something other than Embereth Veteran, then I would have been able to sack Embereth Veteran and have 3 attackers, and then it wouldn't have mattered. Gosh. Oh, that's so brutal. I knew they had something in their hand. I had no idea what it was. Probably should have assumed it was something like that. I don't know. Jeez. I feel like this deck was good, though. I don't know. Things didn't work out very well. Yeah, sometimes you just have bad draws. Maybe I was supposed to, if I had cut in something else, I could have maybe won. Like if I cut in their 3/3 Menace, then they don't hit me as hard. I mean, I died by more than overkill. But I just had no attacks for that entire game. I could have also just sat there tapping their guy for a bit longer. That was another option. I got impatient potentially. Maybe playing my 4 mana 3/3 was bad. I should have played my 3 mana 2/2 draw a card and tried to like start developing my adventure guys. I feel like I could have won that game, but I feel like I could have won a lot of games, and also just like I don't know, it was unfortunate. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, leave hashtag Phantom because Archon was kind of like a phantom to us and only showed up when we were going to lose anyway. It felt like that last game. I don't know, but yeah, leave hashtag Phantom to let me know you made it all the way to the end. It certainly was a phantom in our like match where we drew our entire deck. And yeah, that's going to do it for this one. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you next time.